do it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is how we're gonna kick off today's stream. Today, I want to open up this stream by talking about one of the most evil corporations in gaming. There are a lot of people out there that are preying on the downfall of Xbox, and I've been arguing on this stream. You don't got to support Xbox, but you should not be preying on its downfall because less competition means we all suffer. If Xbox collapses, that gives more power to Sony, and Sony is only here to fuck you over. And the worst part is they're going to hide behind a lot of y'all ignorance because most of y'all are not well read. If what I'm about to say don't apply, let it fly. But a lot of y'all read headlines. You don't read articles. You don't know what's going on in the world. A lot of y'all got mad at me because I said, oh, talking about politics. I'm going to go ahead and say I think today's story don't got nothing to do with politics. I'm going to call corporate greed on this one. Shout out to J.I.J. So gaming's most evil corporation is back. They announced on their official Twitter starting May 20th. That is 2 days from now. PlayStation Plus prices for new customers will increase in select regions due to ongoing market conditions. Prices will start at $10 a month or 10 euros or 7 GBP. I don't even know what the fuck that is for 1 month subscriptions. 30 a month pretty much for 3 month subscriptions. The price changes do not apply to current subscribers except for in Turkey and India unless the existing subscription changes or lapses. Six Chamber Mac in the chat says I call BS, and I agree. I call BS on this. What ongoing market changes raises the price of PlayStation Plus? There's no oil shipments involved in running fucking PlayStation Plus. They are doing this because a lot of you will probably read this headline and say, oh yeah, the war in Iran that nobody wanted to be in, by the way. Oh, I hit the wrong fucking button. I was about to say. What about tariffs? Guys, the fucking digital product. They needed excuses to raise prices, and that's why they don't get specific. They're just making shit up. So if your PlayStation Plus is about to expire, you might want to upgrade in the next 48 hours because the price might be going up in your market. This is unfortunate. This is what's wrong with subscription services. They're always bound to go up. They're going to find a reason. And you know the worst part about when subscription services go up? There's never a point where they go down. Just some food for thought. Just some food for thought. Because for a second, let's entertain this bullshit, right? Let's act like there's something going on in the world that is causing PlayStation to increase their prices on their servers, right? Let's say things stabilize in the world. Or the price, do you think, honestly, do you think that the price is going to come down? If the answer is yes, you think this is a heartfelt corporation? Unfortunately, mentally, I think you're a little. You said, why would it? Exactly. It's designed to condition you. They hit you with a bullshit excuse and then they keep it there, bruh. Dog, didn't they raise the prices on the online pass 2 months ago? Yeah, but that was in select markets. This is again in select markets as well. So like it may or may not affect you, but it's still fucking annoying because I think one of the biggest issues right now in gaming is I feel like gaming corporations are pricing out their audience. They're making this hobby that we love too fucking expensive. Granted, I do think in the last 3 years, some of the best games that have been put out have not been $70 games. They've been $50 games, $30 games. But they're trying to find ways to milk everybody for every dollar they're worth. Yeah, $20 games. And it's unfortunate. And this is why I said Sony's an evil corporation that you should not trust. What the fuck did Evil Ethos post? It doesn't stop there, though. In other PlayStation news, PlayStation CEO confirms single-player games will no longer launch on PC. Shout out to John the Space Cowboy with the super chat. He said, at this point, I don't plan to renew my PlayStation sub. I might actually sell my PS5 and limit my spending. Shit, he said he going all in on PC. It has been confirmed by Bloomberg's Jason Schreier that the big PlayStation games, particularly those with single-player focus, will no longer launch on PC. If it feels like this story is redundant, it's because like a month ago we covered it, but it was a rumor at that point. It's now been confirmed. This is a push from Sony Group to return to console exclusivity, hosting only multiplayer-centric titles across PlayStation 5 and PC. This report came from Bloomberg in March, but more information has been added today by Schreier. Namely, the additional information is that Hermen Hulst's CEO has confirmed the direction in an all-new town hall. The slate of narrative single-player games headed to PlayStation will launch only on PlayStation and won't be ported to PC later. This is interesting because remember, guys, and I'm about to show y'all that Sony's full of shit and they're fucking liars. Now, remember, if you don't remember the original article, Sony stated the reason they were considering removing their exclusives from PC is because PC gamers don't buy PlayStation games on Steam, which is cap, because a year or two ago, they came out and said that some of their best sales are coming from PC. The reality is that PlayStation niggas don't buy PlayStation exclusives. Y'all play live service games. Fortnite, Roblox, Minecraft, 2K, Madden, Call of Duty, and everything else in between. Sorrows came out, got rave reviews. Where the PlayStation niggas at? Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Oh shit. Where y'all at? Now, if you bought the game, I'm not talking to you. I'm not fucking talking to you. But I don't know, man. For a game that's getting nothing but 9s, 9.5s, and 10s, a game that a lot of you in the chat told me I didn't understand how to play, according to the numbers, I don't think any of y'all bought it. I think you watched the Rad Brad. I think you watched the Rad Brad and then came in the stream and tried to tell me how to play. Y'all don't buy games. And you know the worst part is, I don't even know why anybody gets offended. I'd go as far as to say, I think some of y'all are fucking weird that you get offended when I say PlayStation niggas don't buy games. Oh yeah, they gonna buy GTA. It's not, when I say PlayStation niggas don't buy games, it's not an insult on anybody's character. It's just a fact. I'm not saying you're a piece of shit human being. I'm not calling you racist. I'm not calling you anything. I'm not calling you any kind of name. I'm just saying the data says you guys do one thing and do something completely different. The audio doesn't match the visuals. So I think it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out, because it's a lie that PC players don't buy console games. They eat that shit up. Every time when God of War Last of Us came to Steam, it was at the top of the charts. When Final Fantasy games came to PC, they were at the top of the fucking charts, bruh. It is a fucking lie that people bought into, propaganda. That's why they're taking their games back. They only gonna end up shooting themselves in the foot. And I said it on a podcast, but in case you didn't see the new podcast at youtube.com/GI updates, the real test for you PlayStation niggas being on Fraud Watch will be Wolverine. Yeah, I said it. A lot of y'all are already frauds that just participate in this fake console war that doesn't exist because y'all don't support the platforms you fucking fight this war for. But when Wolverine comes out, the week it comes out, the month it comes out, if it's not consistently in the top 10 most played games, because now we can see the numbers. You PlayStation niggas.
Lock them up.
Oh, man.
Lock them up.
I'm being facetious. Nobody should be locked up for their preferences when playing games. Play what you like. Just stop fucking lying, man. Stop lying. At this point, can we even call them PlayStation niggas? They just colonizers. They really Xbox niggas because they love them Xbox games, bro. I don't know why. Oh, but it doesn't stop there. More PlayStation news. Shout out to Overkill with the sub. Appreciate it. Ghost of Yotei Legends won't receive major updates anymore. Let me go ahead and hit that for you. Sucker Punch appears to have released its final update for Ghost of Yotei Legends. I thought this would get support for at least a year, disappointing players who are hoping for more. Legends is a free online multiplayer mode for Ghost of Yotei. Legends launched on March 11, but appears to have already received its last update with its first raid. In a blog post, the developers confirmed that the raid was the last major update planned for Legends, saying, "The raid update was our last major plan to update for Legends. It finished the story of the Yotei 6 in that mode. We love to see players playing it, continuing to play and enjoy it. It's been great. However, the blog also takes a deep dive into what went into that game mode. We don't care about that shit. I'm here to push a fucking agenda that you PlayStation niggas don't fucking play games, bruh. Y'all didn't buy Sorrows. Y'all did buy Ghost of Yotei. It ended up in number 8 of the top 10 most played games on PS5. I'll give y'all that. Y'all bought Ghost of Yote, but honestly, do you think they would have ended support for the multiplayer so soon if more people were playing? Because last week the numbers released. Where that shit at? Most played PS5 games. Where that shit at? Let me pull that up real quick. There it is, right there. So now, for those unaware, there was a UI update on PlayStation that now shows the most weekly players. Do you honestly believe if Ghost of Yote's online had more players, they would have ended support for it? No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't have. But the reality is we got the numbers on you niggas. Y'all don't play these games that you claim make this. You claim the games like this make it so much better than the Xbox. But then when we look at the numbers, this has online. Because some of the single player game, blah, blah, blah. I'll give you a little bit of leeway on it. A single player game, once you beat it, most people are not going to go back. That's why I said I'm looking at those first week to the month. But this has multiplayer on it. This is a game that makes it superior to the Xbox, right? Superior to the PC. Why is nobody playing it? Huh? When we look at the numbers, PlayStation niggas all say,
Man, I'm gonna play this off stream, man. We're gonna finish this mission up off stream.
And it's a shame because it's actually good. I played it. I don't know about y'all, but I played it. I think, you know, it's funny too when I rag on PlayStation niggas that take this shit personal. Can't nobody say shit about me because I play all these games. I literally play them on stream. There's evidence. Just because you didn't watch it doesn't mean it didn't happen. But because I'll get people in the comment section saying that I'm a fucking Xbox drone. I'm a PC drone. Like, what are you talking about, bro? I play all these games. We talk about them on the we do a weekly podcast. That's another proof of documentation that I be playing these games. We do a weekly podcast where we give updates on everything we're playing. Stop getting offended. You like that Fortnite, and that's okay, man. I'm sure they're gonna come out with a new Goku Ultra Instinct skin. They're probably gonna come out with a 007 skin pretty soon. A new Lego Batman skin. They're gonna come out for that shit. And y'all keep eating up all those skins on the PS4 for Fortnite and then complain about how you can't afford a PS5. I don't know why I can't. I don't know why. I don't know why. If you look at your bank charges, you'd see you spending $100,000 million on fucking microtransactions. That's why you can't afford nothing to eat or anything else besides that damn PS4. I will say Sucker Punch really should have had the multiplayer on day one. I know Tsushima, I would agree, but I feel like maybe they wanted to let people experience the story more than anything. But if people was really excited, if they really love those PlayStation games like they claim they do, they'd be playing them. I don't know, me personally, before I move on, maybe this is like a weird thought, maybe I'm a little bit strange, but me personally, when it comes to the games that I like, I play them. I know that's a crazy concept, but when it comes to the games that I claim I like, I actually play them. You'll see them on stream. I just don't understand this concept of talking about games that you never played. I don't understand it. I don't understand it, man. He said, but the economy, the economy, God, but you got all them Apex Legends skins. Hey, look, we're going to be watching you PlayStation niggas now that we can see the numbers. This week, is it this week or next? 007 and Batman about to come out. If I don't see 007 or Batman in the top 10 most played games the week it comes out, you niggas is frauds. This is one of the greatest years in gaming ever, and y'all are still on Fortnite and GTA 5. That's fucking insane to me. And the worst part is that I feel like a lot of people don't understand is a lot of y'all are the reason why we are in this vicious cycle. You claim there's nothing to play, even though I show you a gazillion different games. You can't seem to pick one. But since you don't play or buy any of them, they're going to stop making them. And then you're going to continue to keep playing the shit that you claim that you hate. And we're going to get even less and less and less new IPs and new ideas every year. You guys are the source of your own fucking pain. Shit's crazy. And it makes me wonder how much of this translates in your real life. Like, y'all just be doing stupid shit all the fucking time, bro. I don't know how I got herpes, bro. Because you was fucking raw. First of all, no sex before marriage. But you was fucking raw every weekend. I didn't know. I didn't know. That's not an excuse. Be a fucking grow up, nigga. What are we talking about? Woke up, my shit was chafed. My shit was chafed, bro. That's a crazy way to fucking live, man. A crazy way. That was a bit of an extreme example, but I'm being facetious. And that's another thing too. I'm tired of you bitch ass niggas in the fucking comment section. When I upload IG reels, when I upload TikToks and shit like that, I be making jokes. They're like half truths. They're not meant to be taken to heart, and people be taking this shit so seriously. I know the IQs are dropping because I have to constantly explain my fucking self to some of you fucking morons, man. And then I'm the bad guy. You shouldn't talk to your audience like that. Well, if you're not a fucking moron, why would you get offended? You call me a moron, I'm gonna laugh. It's like, bro, I don't even know you. Like, okay, I laugh. Like, what are you talking about? It? Okay, you're mad. The fuck are we talking about? They say gaming is dead, but they're really just tired of playing the same shit. And that's why I said a lot of people are the source of their own frustrations. And that has nothing to do with gaming. That has nothing to do with gaming, dude. Other PlayStation news. Sony hit with a class action lawsuit for allegedly profiting from tariff-related price hikes. Evil company, man. Evil fucking company. Gamers have filed a class action lawsuit against Sony, claiming the company received a substantial windfall as a result of price hikes following the Trump administration's tariff policy. The lawsuit was filed in Cali earlier this month and is seeking refunds for anyone who bought a PlayStation console during the tariff period that led to elevated price tags. To understand this lawsuit, we have to go back to when President Trump imposed sweeping tariffs under the International Emergency Economic Powers Act in 2025. If you don't know what's going on, Trump put a 10% plus tariff, a sweeping tariff on every product coming that was foreign. And the Supreme Court found that that was illegal. You're not supposed to do that. So I'm going to assume, and I'll keep reading this article, they're going to try to argue that Sony was raking in profits and didn't return it to the consumer. Yeah, y'all president, I'm on, y'all voted for it. Around this time, Sony raised the prices of its PS5 in August 2025, citing challenging economic environments. Same thing they just did with PSN, even though that's a fucking digital item. I don't know why they're raising the price. Months later, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled in a 6-3 decision that Trump didn't have the power to impose tariffs in this way, meaning the federal government had to refund affected companies. While certain companies are reporting that they've already started to get refunds, the class action lawsuit claimed that Sony decided to pass the increased import costs on to customers while also being entitled to refunds, resulting in a double recovery windfall. Translation: they're keeping the money. It's not the first time gamers sought legal action as a result of Trump's tariffs policy, since a similar class action lawsuit was filed against Nintendo in April. However, Nintendo has also taken legal action against the U.S. government for financial harm thanks to tariffs. On an even larger scale, Amazon is facing a class action lawsuit for the very same reasons as Sony. I think at bare minimum, because who knows, maybe the money's spent. At bare minimum, if they don't want to give it back to the consumers, maybe what they could do is for anybody who's bought a PS5 in the last year, because they should be able to track that because it's all online, right? I'd assume most people are playing online. Just put like a $70 credit on their account so they can get a free game or something like that. I'm sure people will get over it. Actually, you know what? I lied. Don't do that. Don't do that. In theory, that idea makes sense. But then if Sony puts a credit on your account to get a free game, what does it matter? Because you niggas don't play no fucking games, man. What are we talking about, bruh? Some of y'all will have a $70 credit on your account. You can go cop that new 007, that new Batman, Wolverine, Phantom Blade Zero, something. Oh, man, I ain't play that shit, man. Let me go get that fucking Ryu skin in the fucking, motherfucking Fortnite. And let me get hey, you know what? I ain't cop no shark cards in a minute, man. I need some shark cards, dog. My GTA 5 avatar need to get dripped out. Oh my God. Oh, brother. I wouldn't be surprised if this lawsuit sticks because this has happened to other companies. But you know, ultimately, to be fair, this is Trump's fault. Y'all voted for this shit. Man, not gonna say what I really think. Yeah, gotta make a new bill. Other news. Exclusive Splitgate developers 1047 Games is working on a spiritual successor to Titanfall dubbed Impulse. 1047 Games' next game, dubbed Impulse, appears to be a spiritual successor to Titanfall. Pre-alpha gameplay footage was sent to Insider Gaming on the condition that it does not go public. So they're gonna describe it. Shows players fighting a team deathmatch using grappling hooks, wall running, and boost pads to quickly traverse around the map. But what's particularly exciting is that players are also able to use giant mechs that are scattered across the map, and they look strikingly similar to Titanfall mechs. Footage sent to Insider Gamer shows a player grappling inside of a mech and then dominating the match with the mech's primary Gatling gun. While it's not clear whether the game will have mechs with different abilities, this particular mech used a shield for extra protection against enemies and a missile launcher with the cooldown. For those that don't remember, the CEO of this company got them in hot water. They came out with Splitgate 2. Had a little bit of success, a little bit of momentum. I'm not gonna lie, I liked the game. I thought it was cool. It was okay. It didn't blow my mind, but for like a $30 game, it was cool. But he came out on stage and made a MAGA joke, didn't stick the landing, and he pissed off half the internet. And then also they had really terrible microtransactions in the game, and then they tried to double down on the joke, and like people just said fuck that game, and it fell off. They tried to reboot it. They took out all the features that made Splitgate 2, and then they relaunched it as another name, and basically it was Splitgate 1 with better graphics. MAGAgate, right. That shit failed too. Ain't nobody playing that. So now they're trying to come back with another game. And I think the better question is, who's funding them? Where the fuck are they getting this money from to keep making these games? We talked about this on the podcast if y'all didn't see it, and Ethos brought up a really good point. So if you haven't seen it, I'll repeat it. But he was like, this company doesn't have at first I was ready to get excited about Titanfall, and then he was like, they don't have a creative bone in their body. And I was like, that's a fair point. First they made Halo with Portals, then they made Halo with Portals 2, then they made Halo with Portals 2, but they took out all the 2 features, so then it became Halo with Portals with better graphics. And now they're about to make Titanfall probably with Portals. Oh shit. I say this much. The CEO, he pissed off a lot of people on the internet, but I don't think he did anything that's not forgivable. Like, I don't hate this nigga. Like, he's just fucking annoying. So, I mean, if the game looks good, we'll try it out. I'm not going to sit up here and be like, oh, I'm not going to try this shit. If it looks decent, I'll try it out. He can be forgiven. The nigga's not Hitler. But I don't know. Ethos tried to make an argument that like people don't really want movement shooters, and I was like, okay, I can understand that. People say they want it until they get it, and then you get in the game and people complain about sweats, and I was like, you know what, that's fair. Not me, but I was like, yeah, I can see that. But I don't know, maybe they'll find a way to, I don't know, just let me just put a thought out there. What if this company 1047 Games, and this is a big maybe, what if they found a way to tweak the Titanfall formula and make it what it was supposed to be, and then actually are able to cross into the mainstream? What if they found a way to balance this gameplay? What is that? I don't know. I'm not a game dev, but a wise man by the name of Justin Bieber once said, never say never. So I'm going to give them a 10% chance that maybe they figured this out and a 90% chance that they're going to fail. Next topic. Let's see. What else is this shit right here? Oh, somebody left a comment. Somebody left a comment on one of my recent YouTube videos talking about PS4 niggas. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you to Comment Section Theater. Bruh. TBH, this is off topic, but I completely understand why PS4 niggas are dangerous. I watched a crime video of some dude who brought his girlfriend over to the crib while the relationship was on the brink of being over. She was planning on breaking up with him, so he executed and chopped her up into pieces and put her in a garbage bag. RIP, that's not fucking funny. That's crazy. That's disturbing. When police asked what did they do before she disappeared, police doesn't know she's dead yet, so she's a missing person to them. The man said they were playing GTA together, and it immediately raised a red flag for me. The cops went and searched his room, and I said, yep, this man's got a PS4. He was living with his pops, and his room looked like garbage, and he jumped from house to house, and every room, he was looked in like the dumpster dude. Translation, them T-Grizzly servers make you do some dark shit. It got 3 thumbs up. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We might need to do a study. PS4 niggas might be more susceptible to becoming serial killers or some shit, bro. I don't know. That might be a little extreme, but at bare minimum, what I will say is they are definitely highly susceptible to being hobosexuals. Not homo, because we don't care if you're gay. Matter of fact, you could be a hobosexual, a gay hobosexual. But what I'm trying to say is we're talking about hobosexuals, H-O-B-O, homeless. Shout out to homeless in the chat. This guy was clearly a raging hobosexual. And when you're a flaming hobosexual, you're bound to be frustrated, angry at the world. And I'm here to let everybody know, please find a healthy outlet to discuss your frustration so that you don't take it out on people, because the PS4 is only gonna make you angrier. I mean, think about being a PS4 nigga, right? I know this is hard. Close your eyes. You come home from work, slaving away on the roof for fucking 30 hours out of the day, 9 days a week. Your feet swelling, your breath stink, your biceps is sore. Your legs are so sore you can't even sit down and take a shit. And you finally get a day off from roofing, your roofing job, working with Smart Guy's dad. Y'all remember that shit? Y'all remember TJ Henderson from He's a Smart Guy? The light-skinned nigga that was his daddy, he was a roofer. You work for him. You work with Marcus and TJ. You was on that roof and you finally get a day off. And you look down at your entertainment system, which, by the way, is just a cheap coffee table from IKEA or some shit. Matter of fact, it's not even that. You know those white foldable tables that they have at like schools and shit with the metal legs? The white the legs come out like this and they fold on the inside. You have one of those. That's your entertainment system as a PS4 nigga. You sit down in your beanbag chair below the table looking up at your 20-inch monitor with a PS4 on. After working a 30-hour day, 9 days a week, with bunions on your feet. It'd be easy for anybody to lose it. No bitches. No bitches. And if you do got some, you know what they are. Walmart managers. I'm not going to go into description of what that means. You either get it or you don't. The point is, please take care of business, take care of your health, and work on improving yourself. There's no live stream on Twitch, Kick, YouTube, TikTok, or any other platform, including mine, that is that important to where you need to not be taking care of your responsibilities. The average viewer in my chat is between the ages of 24 and 35, with the second demographic being between 16 and 23. Meaning most of you are adults. Get it together. If you gotta take a break, that's fine with me. And when you come back, matter of fact, let's end this on a positive note. Matter of fact, take some time, get it together. And if something positive happens, share it in the chat. Or you can even tweet me. I swear to God, this is not part of the bit. But somebody tweeted me today. Shout out to Ghost Wolf. He tweeted me randomly. I'm buying this next week. I get paid. Shout out to me. That's right, because you put in the work. I would have said the same shit. I didn't do this. He said, shout out to me, nigga. Shout out to you. Just bought a new car. I appreciate the advice you gave me, TBH. Now, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about, but I do talk about financial stuff on here, financial literacy a lot. So maybe something stuck with him. I'm glad you applied it, because the most important thing is, they say knowledge is power, and that's a lie. Knowledge is only power when you apply it. And that's why it's important to say shout out to me, because at the end of the day, I didn't do shit. All I did was point you in a direction, but you chose to walk. And now he about to be whipping your fat ass mama around in this car. So shout out to him. W's in the chat. This is what it looks like not to be a PS4 nigga. Matter of fact, I think I see a PS5 in the seatbelt on the passenger side. I can't really see. The white blends in with the white on the PS5. I don't know. But I think I see a PS5 in the passenger seat. He got it on the seatbelt. Take care of that shit. Because the way he tweeted, it's just no way this is a PS4 nigga. Let me tell y'all something before I end this conversation. It's better to have no console and be on your purpose and focus on leveling up than to have a PS4 broke, dusty, and a hobosexual. I'd rather have no console and know that I'm working towards my goals before anything else. Get a fucking life. Thank you. This is the end of the fucking conversation. A Crown Victoria with them gas prices is crazy. It's none of my business, bro. If he like you, we love it. It's not my business, man. That's what he wanted. Maybe that's his dream car or some shit like that. But hey, you listen, you serial killing PS4 motherfuckers, bro. Y'all better chill the fuck out, bro. Y'all better chill the fuck out. It's never that deep. And don't say, oh, TBH, man, the PS4 didn't have nothing. He was just a monster. If you're on the PS4, you still are a monster, bro. I said what the fuck I said. Watch out. Somebody finna clip that shit out of context. Somebody's gonna make like a 10-minute video calling me a fucking idiot and shit. And guess what? I'm never going to respond to it. Because I'd be joking, dude. Look at this fucking content. I can't believe this, bro. Oh my God. Get a life. And then last but not least, this game came across my For You page. I never heard of this shit. Y'all heard of this shit? It's funny because on the podcast last night we was recording, Watts was saying, I want to do Souls game, bro. We ain't had nothing. Contrary to what some people believe, there really hasn't been too many. We're waiting on Mortal Shell 2. This one came across my timeline called Project Rabbit. It's an extraction Souls-like action RPG inspired by Alice in Wonderland. And it has like a dark art style, Alice in Wonderland. I said, what the fuck? Liza P was a Dark Souls clone. Now we getting Liza P clones? What the hell? Built for co-op gameplay with duo skills and a revival system. Use dodges, parries, and a variety of combat skills to battle against being consumed by madness. Multi-layered skill tree and weapon mastery system. Discover hidden treasures, forgotten secrets buried deep within the abyss. Multi-phased bosses, 5 biomes, each with its own guardian. Not only creatures consumed by madness in the abyss, but also different survivors. Let me see if I can find the full trailer. The only thing that's got me worried about this is it looks kind of cool, but what do you mean it's a Souls extraction shooter? I'm ready for this trend to go, bro. This trend just got here and it already overstayed its welcome, in my opinion. Extraction shooters. Now we're getting extraction Souls games. What the fuck does that mean, man? Let's see. Project Rabbit. He said, we're gonna play this off stream. I'm interested because it sounds different, but I gotta see more gameplay. Official reveal trailer. Here we go. Somehow this one passed. This one made it past my what's the name? Hit the like button if you're watching on YouTube.
Shh. Be careful. I chased the white rabbit, and when I woke up, I was in a completely twisted world.
Hey, before we watch this trailer, since this is a new trend potentially, first we got Liza P. Because Liza P is based on Pinocchio. So first we got a Pinocchio kind of inspired game. Now we get the Alice in Wonderland Souls-like inspired game. I predict we gonna get a Cousin Skeeter fucking Souls-like type inspired game. Y'all remember Cousin Skeeter? This is before the word skeet had a different term, but let's see. We just doing random shit at now. We're gonna get a Cousin Skeeter Souls-like dark game with Arnez. That's what we're gonna get, bro. Next. The Tooth Fairy. I'm not gonna lie, on Twitter this shit look better, but this looking a little full sale. You brave searching that? Video compression hiding its flaws. Yeah, they definitely put the camera right on her ass. That's crazy because she wasn't even double cheeked up. I mean, it looks like a Souls game, but it looks a little rough. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it's not really moving me. I would have to see more. It's not really moving me. Kingdom Hearts Souls-like final rendition. Stop recommending me my own content. So that's that